Welcome to the Drunken Adventures podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell Mountain. Now, I'm going to admit this episode is going to be really different. Don't really have a story for you this week because work has been really busy and I've been busy with a lot of things. I haven't had the time to actually sit down this week and write up a story and have it ready to be able to tell the release on Saturday, but I still want to get out an episode on Saturday, so here we go. I'm going to do a section that one of my friends actually suggested that I think is a good idea, and this will kind of be a test run that I'm going to call a segment called Drunk Talk. And what this basically is I got some beers here, and I'm just going to be sitting here, have a few beers, and just talk about certain topic or anything. But today's topic is going to be revolving around what happened this week. So what happened this week is this Wednesday marked the beginning of Lent with Ash Wednesday. And I'm Catholic, so I do practice Lent, which means typically the tradition is you give up something for Lent. And what I actually decided to give up was, was actually like social media. So doing like a digital detox and getting off social media. So like I've gotten rid of Instagram, I've gotten rid of Snapchat, I've blocked Facebook on my computer and on my phone, so I can't like get onto any type of social media. And the reason I chose to do that was because I found myself for these past couple weeks, I've had a lot of projects going on and a lot going on with work that I found myself just spending a lot of time, a lot of unnecessary time just swiping through social media. And usually I like to have social media. I don't post too much on social media, but I like to have it because it allows me to keep up with friends and whatnot and see what other people are doing. But I found myself just like it became kind of like a crutch, I guess, or something to turn to when nothing's going on. Like if there was a pause either at work or a pause in like a conversation, or I'm just sitting there at lunch or whatever, like even waking up in the morning, I'm eating breakfast, I'm found myself just looking at social media. So I thought it'd be interesting to take some time away from that and just see how different does it make, how much time would I have available. And even though it's only been about like 2 or 3 days now from Ash Wednesday when I decided to do this, and I already noticed that it's made some differences. I mean, I never actually realized how much I look at my phone to see if there's notifications for anyone posting anything, or I just pick up my phone. Like I have seriously just been at work. I'll have a point where I need to take like maybe a quick break or whatever, like take just like a quick 5 minute break. And the first thing I'll do is reach for my phone. And when I pick up my phone, I realize that like I don't have Instagram or Snapchat on there anymore. I realize I'm like, wait a second, that's like but the first thing I go to, which I found just so interesting doing this, is that like that was my first go to. And I'll even have points where like I'll just pick up my phone and I'll be holding it even though I know like I'm not going to be able to get onto social media. I just sit there and I hold it like I'm still expecting to do something with it. And it just blows my mind how much we've come accustomed to that, and I don't think we really realize how much we actually, I don't want to say depend, but we turn to it, I guess. We kind of like rely on it to fill in some gap times or whatever. But yeah, I've just realized that, and I've been able to be way more productive, not just at work, but when I come back home and work on my own personal projects or anything. Or that's this whole digital detox thing. And I'm interested to see where these next about 40 days go, and how much, because they say it takes, was it like 27 days or something like that to make a habit. So doing this for about 40, I'm wondering if I'll actually kick out my habit for using it so much. That'll be interesting. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really looking at my phone or anything anymore before I go to bed. I've actually I picked up a book that I read back when I was like 12 years old, back when I was like almost a teenager, and it's a really good book, but I haven't read it then. I haven't read it since then, and I've been meaning to read it again. And when I decided to do the digital detox, I was like, oh, now's a good time to read the book, and now I read it every time before I go to bed. And I've also realized I've been getting like better sleep already. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how much we just turn to our phones, because we're just surrounded by it all the time. It's just like we don't really think about it. It's like, oh, everyone's on their phone. Like I can't tell you how many times, and I try not to do this, but when you're at like social gatherings, when everyone's just kind of not talking, there's like a dead period in the conversation, everyone just immediately turns to their phones. I can't tell you how many times I've been out with friends, or I go out to like eat or get drinks or something, and there's this moment where everyone's kind of like talked, and now there's kind of just a dead part in the discussion, and I'll just be sitting there and everyone else will be on their phones. I'm not saying that, this isn't supposed to be like a technology's bad thing, get rid of it. No, I'm just pointing out how interesting it is that, we turn to it, not so much maybe depend on it. Some people we do depend on it in a sense, but we turn to it. That's like our first thing to turn to for source of entertainment and whatever, because we want it quickly, and we want gratification quickly. And that's why I think like Instagram became my main thing for, when I'd wake up in the morning and I'd eat breakfast. That became like my first source of entertainment, because at that time, okay, I'm eating breakfast. After I eat breakfast, I'll go take a shower, get ready for work and whatnot. So I don't want to get invested too much. So I just watch quick 30-second minute little snip videos of things on Instagram. And I just be flipping through those because it's fast, it's quick, and it's instant. It's instant gratification. I don't have to sit there and it's like, oh, I want to watch a 20-minute show, and now I have to wait, and oh, I need to leave, and there's still 5 minutes left of the show, and I don't know how it ends. Oh, I don't have that gratification. It's no, it's only a minute. I can get that gratification like that. I think that's the reason why social media, Snapchat, and all this has kind of become more of the main source of entertainment, or why it's so big for entertainment purposes, is because it's just so instant and easy to watch. I mean, I know people that some people I know do use TikTok, and that's I some people send me TikToks, message me TikToks to watch and whatnot. That's what they do. And I thought that was weird because I never used TikTok. I'm like, TikTok's stupid. But honestly, it's the same thing as Instagram. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, the Snapchat story things that they have on the page, everything. That's all the same shit. It's just all the same thing. It's weird how entertainment is kind of digressing to where yeah, you go watch movies. Yeah, you still watch TV shows or whatever. But it's divulging into this. It's we're going into this thing where it's those are becoming even though they're a TV show 30 minutes to an hour, that's not that long. A movie's only 2 hours. That's not that long. But when you're just I don't want to sit and watch a 2 hour long movie when I can watch an entertaining 1 to 2 minute clip of a video and laugh my ass off, or be invested for a short while. It's just interesting how it's digressing faster and faster. And that's why I think Vine was huge. Vine was 6-second videos. It's a story in 6 seconds. I watch it, boom, onto the next. And I think that's affecting us, is that we're always boom, onto the next, boom, onto the next, boom, onto the next. That's what's, I think, creating this culture of instant gratification. We need instant gratification. This is probably not what was expected from something that's called Tales of Drunken Adventures. This is a lot more discussion based, but didn't have a story, still want to release an episode, and I'm sitting here drinking a few beers and just want to talk about shit. So hopefully I'm hoping to get some guests on. If I ever do another drunk talk episode, I'll actually have a guest and talk about a topic, because I know it can get boring listening to me. I know I'm not the most interesting person in the world. Just do it. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this Lenten season goes. It's funny when I when I do try and just by muscle memory, my thumb will just try and open up Facebook or something, and like on my phone it just pops up because I have a block on it, and a little image comes up, and it's just like oops, blocked, and I'm just like, oh yep, that's right. So I'm hoping I'm able to do the 40 days. I think I will be. I mean, I haven't been dying because of it. It's been an interesting experience so far, and realizing how much I've turned to social media, entertainment from social media, in like however long I've been using it. Because when I first started using Instagram and whatnot, I'd post a bit and everything, but it wasn't until I think a couple years ago that I really started getting into Instagram videos and like the search section and just like scrolling endlessly through pages of that. This has been a nice discussion. I hope I haven't bored you with it, but yeah. Happy Lenten season, and whatnot. We'll see how this digital detox goes. Maybe by Easter, I'll let you know how the whole experience went and how I lasted the 40 days. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Sorry this isn't the most interesting thing. Sorry I didn't have a story ready, but like I said, my life's been kind of been a mess right now. Just a whole bunch of shit going on. But hopefully next week for episode 10, I've been having a little special episode already planned. So, because I want to do something special for the 10th episode. But yeah, come to the store for that. You can tell I haven't really, this is off the cuff because I'm just rambling at this point. But hey, if you're still listening, you're still here. And I appreciate it.